guys, it's me, Jill, and yes, it's been a while since I did a video on this white wall right here with all my pictures, and you might notice that the angle of the camera and the lighting is a bit different because I'm trying like something new. I just got a mini tripod, so I'm trying it out, and I just decided not to use my lamp lights anymore because as I move, and as the video goes on, the lighting changes a lot and it just looks atrocious. So I'm just gonna stick with the lighting of my room for now. But yeah, just to let you guys know. So as you probably read from the title of this video, I'll be talking about Kat Von D's newest video, which is called I Am Not a Nazi, I Am Not Anti-Vax. And I'm gonna link that video down below if you guys wanna watch it, although I suggest you not to do that because you're definitely gonna lose brain cells, and I don't want you, to do that kind of damage to yourself. Anyways, when I saw the title of the video, the first thing that I thought was great. She's going to address the rumors that she's racist or at least a Nazi sympathizer, and she's going to finally vaccinate her child because the title says I'm not anti-vax, so that must mean that she's going to vaccinate her child, right? I watched the entire video, and to be honest, I was disappointed by the video, although to be honest, I didn't know what to expect from her or the video, but yeah, I was disappointed by it. She talks about the reason why people would think she's a racist or a Nazi, but the reason that she gives are not valid in my opinion. And then when she talks about not being an anti-vaxxer, it's not clear. Like, it's not clear if she vaccinated her child or not. It's kind of like, I don't know, up in the air. It's just not clear at all. Okay, first let's talk about I am not a Nazi part of her video. Before she talks about the events or the thing that made people believe that she's a Nazi, she first tells the audience that she's Latina, therefore it's impossible for her or for any Latino to be racist or a Nazi or anti-Semitic. Which, first of all, just because you're Latino or any minority, that doesn't mean you can't be racist. Racism is not a white people thing. Okay, like black people can be racist, Latino people can be racist, even Asian people can be racist. Racism is not a white people thing. Everybody can be racist, in case you didn't know.
Just because you're Latina, it doesn't mean you can't be a Nazi. It's like the excuse of I am not racist, I have a black friend. At that point, the friend isn't even a friend, it's a token, it's something that you're just using to make yourself look better. So you being Latina has nothing to do with this situation at all, and throwing in some Spanish also doesn't do you any favors because it just makes you look misguided.
And the fact that she just started the video, saying I'm Latina, and started saying a couple of phrases in Spanish, is just like, that doesn't prove anything. Yeah, you might be Latina, but that doesn't prove that you're not a Nazi or that you're not racist. And then she talks about, her mother and all that, but the interesting thing is that she doesn't talk about her dad, who is German, because she is part Mexican and part German. And for me, it's interesting that she didn't mention that part. And I'm not saying that all German people are Nazis. I'm not saying anything like that, but I just think it's interesting that she would only talk about her Latina heritage and not about her German heritage. She wouldn't talk about her dad or anything like that. She will only use her Latina card to, to try to defend herself and to try to get sympathy from people, saying that it's impossible for me, a Latina, to be racist, or for any minority to be racist, because that's only white people can be racist. And it's like, no, bitch, no, racism, like I said, it's not a white people thing. Everybody can be racist. Like, even minorities can be racist, so shut the fuck up, cat. Seriously, who are you trying to fool? After that, she talks about her experience in the show Miami Ink and the fact that a cast member basically bullied her and sexually harassed her. And I think his name was Ami. I don't remember his last name, so I'm gonna just put his picture right here somewhere in the video so you know who I'm talking about. And although she doesn't mention any names or his name specifically, it's pretty obvious who she's talking about. Anyways, after the show ended, she was offered the opportunity to create LA Ink. And Ami found out, and supposedly, like, this is all speculation, supposedly he created like this fake message on one of her posters where it said "Go to hell, Drew bag" or something like that, signed Kat Von D.
So according to Kat Von D, the original photo was forged and it was taken to the network by the person who had treated her so badly. She did not know who actually forged the message, but she knew who actually took the photograph to the network. Now, as I said, she does not name Ami, but that seems to be the general consensus.
And he went to the studio, threatened them to cancel the show LA Ink, or he would release the pictures all over the internet. And supposedly, like, again, this is all speculation, they got like an expert in handwriting and proved that it wasn't her handwriting, and so they continued with the show, and he posted that picture all over the internet. And then she says that's why people think she's a Nazi or anti-Semitic. And then she explains that the fact that she didn't address that situation when it first happened is because her manager, I think, said that no, you should just move on. It will go away eventually. And that's why she didn't address anything until now. It's all very funny to me, to be honest, because, okay, even if that's all true, let's say that this is all true, because it could happen. Let's say that this is all true. How would it explain that she dated Jesse James, who portrayed very questionable behavior such as this, and then married a guy called Rafael Reyes, I think that's his name, where he has a tattoo of a swastika on his neck saying that it's a religious symbol? But come on, like, come on, you're in the Western world. In the Western world, the swastika means something else. It means the Nazi symbol. It doesn't mean anything else but that.
Her current husband, he actually has a swastika tattooed right on his neck, and his defense is, oh, you know, it's not the swastika in the like German Nazi sense. It's the, I believe it's Hindu swastika, which is like a religious symbol. But like, dude, no one who is not that religion would get that tattooed. Like, you're not. I believe it's Hindu. I know it derives from India. If I am mistaken, please let me know in the comments below. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but it's kind of like, if that's not your religion and if you're living in the Western world, like, people don't view it like that. People view it as a swastika in the Hitler sense, not a religious symbol, which really sucks that Hitler like fucked up this really cool symbol that had a really good meaning, but you know, he did, and in the Western world, that's how we view it.
Like, even if that event was true, even if Ami like created this whole thing to ruin her career, how can she explain the fact that she dated and then married guys who had, you know, showcased very questionable and racist behavior? You know, like, how can she explain that? And the other thing that makes me think that she's not who she says she is, and why people think she is a Nazi, or at least a Nazi sympathizer, is the fact that she didn't address anything when it first happened. She says that her manager told her not to say anything, that it would just go away eventually. Bitch, if someone tells a rumor that you're a Nazi or a racist all over the internet, you better address that shit quickly, because that shit will never go away. I can guarantee that it will never go away. You'll be canceled just like that, okay? That's the thing that really baffles me the most, that she didn't, yeah, her manager told her not to say anything, but if deep down in your heart you know that you're not this person, you're not racist, you're not a Nazi, you're not this type of person, you should address it very quickly. You should try, to tell people, hey, this is not who I am, this is all false. Like, don't believe what people are saying, I am not racist. Like, the fact that she's addressing it right now is also like a bit sketchy. Like, how do you think people would believe you if first you haven't addressed the situation when it first happened, and second you dated a man and then married another man that showcase very questionable and racist behavior? Like, how do you expect people to believe you after all of those things? Too bad I finished my mojito, because I kind of needed to get through this bullshit. Now let's go with the I am not anti-vax part of her video. She starts by saying that she's not anti-vax, that she is a first-time mother, that she researches and reads everything like a nerd, and she's very careful about everything that goes in her baby or on her baby. And her husband went to the pediatrician to get all the information that she needed to take care of her child. And then she said, which is very interesting that she said it, is that if she had known that the information that she shared online would get all this negativity, all this backlash, she would have never shared it online. And then she ends by saying that she's not going to share her child's medical records to the world to prove anything. And that's where the video ended. I have a lot of issues with this part. Like, I completely understand the fact that she is a first-time mother and that she wants the best for her child. I completely understand that. All first-time mothers are like that. All first-time mothers will research everything and be super cautious and careful of their child and all that, because it is their first child. But the fact that she posted on her Instagram, which, by the way, she deleted the post where she announced that she's not going to vaccinate her child. She deleted the post. How funny. The fact that she shared that information to the world, it means that she's, that she is sure that this is what she wants to do. And in that post, she said that she did all the research, and she and her husband say not to vaccinate her child because vaccinations are not vegan, and she wants a fully vegan child. Let me tell you something. Let me make this clear. I do not care if you want to raise your child vegetarian or vegan, as long as your child, is loved, is cared for, is well fed and healthy. I don't care if that child is vegan or vegetarian. However, if you decide not to vaccinate your child because you're concerned that those vaccinations are not vegan or they may cause autism on your child, then you're a piece of shit. You're basically wishing that your child was dead. I'm sorry if this is like too harsh or for you to hear, but if you don't vaccinate your child, you're basically planning your child's funeral at this point, you know? I just need to make that clear, because it's completely ridiculous how just I just can't. I'm completely pissed by the situation that I just can't talk anymore. And then there's the part where she says, oh, if I had known that this would get so much negativity and so much backlash, I would have never shared this information online. Like, for me, that is so funny that she said that, because she's admitting that if she had known that people would get so batshit crazy, the fact that she's now going to vaccinate her child, she would have never shared that information. And I understand, you know, people having the fear of sharing their opinions because either they're too unpopular or too controversial to share. I understand that, but like, don't act so innocent and so fake. Like, you shared that post saying that you're not gonna vaccinate your child because vaccinations are not vegan. It's because you truly believe it, and you truly wanted the whole world to know that. And don't come here making a video saying I'm not anti-vax just to try to gain all the fans that you just lost. Like, don't try to I mean, that's what literally is trying to do. She literally made this video to try to gain all the fans that she lost ever since the whole like anti-Semitic situation, and ever since the whole I'm not vaccinating my child situation. Like, let's be real, that's the only reason she made that video. She made that video as damage control. So in conclusion, I believe that Kat Von D is a Nazi sympathizer, and she would never vaccinate her child, because in the end of the video she says she's not going to share her child's medical records, which on one hand I understand that, like, she needs to protect her child at any cost, so I understand that part. But on the other hand, if you're making a video saying I'm not anti-vax when you first claim that you're not going to vaccinate your child, it's kind of important that you prove to your audience that you did change your opinion and you're doing what you're gonna do, which was vaccinate your child, since you said I'm not anti-vax, you know? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, on one part, I do understand why she wouldn't share her child's medical records, but in another, it's like she's not doing it because she's not really going to vaccinate her child. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and all the videos that I use on this video will be down in the description so you can watch them on their own. And I'm sorry if I'm not posting much. I've been really busy with school and all that, and I'm trying to find that balance between school and YouTube, because I don't want to quit YouTube. I love doing YouTube. I love making videos, and there's so many things I want to talk about on this channel that I just don't want to stop. So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna try to upload at least once a week. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. So anyways, thank you again for supporting me and for watching this video till the end. All my social medias will be in the description down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.